back. Welcome to the Ready, Set, Blow podcast, episode 310, Willie. 310 weeks of consistency.
310 weeks?
Yeah,
congratulations.
I started it basically like 2 months after I started comedy.
Yeah.
Because, I thought the whole world needed to hear what I have to say.
Yeah, exactly. I'm 2 months in. I'm a celebrity now. People need to hear my words.
Yeah, my fucking half-formed opinions.
Yeah, exactly.
With no actual...
I'm here to change the world through a senseless comedy podcast. That's how I'm trying to change the world.
I know. Sunday, but rarely tape on a Sunday. Father's Day.
Yeah, it is Father's Day.
Yeah. Do you know your father, Willie?
I do. I just talked to him on the phone.
Well, let's get into it. All
Yeah.
right. I didn't know what your relationship with your dad was.
Yeah, no, he's a great guy. I love my dad.
Okay. Were your
Good
mom
man.
and dad together?
No, my mom's gay. So that'd be they're not.
Was it
together
a
anymore.
sexual assault situation, or how'd you
Yeah,
come
yeah.
about?
I'm an assault baby. No. My parents were married for a little bit, and then my mom came out.
Okay.
You know.
Was your dad like blown away, or did he like? I saw that one coming.
Yeah, he was like, oh, okay.
All the pegging, really.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, maybe I should have came out.
Did he take it well?
Yeah. No, he was cool. They already divorced when my mom came out.
Oh,
It wasn't
okay.
like,
Okay.
hey, this is the reason.
By the way, I have a girlfriend that's
they,
over.
They divorced because they hated each other, not because my mom was gay. That was a happy
She became
accident
gay
marriage
after
later.
the fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, that's why I hated that guy. My dad's like, that didn't change anything.
You got a big family, or is it just you and your folks?
Me and my sister also.
Okay. She hot? She single? What's the deal?
Yeah, my sister. No, she's a.
She looks like you with long hair.
Yeah. Yeah, my sister's
Same
great.
voice.
She lives up in. Yeah, she's like, when are you gonna come? When are you gonna come to San Francisco and visit me?
Fucking Beavis over here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my sister. She's up in San Francisco. She's an environmental, conservator or something like that. Whatever that job is.
Environmental conservator.
Yeah, she conserves environments for a living.
Well, that sounds like a really lucrative
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah, exactly. No, what they do, they buy up like property, so like other property owners, like companies, can't buy the land. So they
Okay.
conserve it like that. It's all very boring and not good for podcasts.
No, we're not going to talk about it. Don't worry. That's why I was digging into your father. I was hoping you had some sort of daddy issues, but I guess not.
Yeah, no, my dad's great, pretty well adjusted.
Well, I
that.
figured you're free on a fucking Sunday for Father's Day. But then again, you're from Hawaii. So.
Yeah, no, he's not flying out. He's like, yeah, I'll come visit me for Father's Day. One day, dude? That's like
I know.
4,000 miles.
I feel like Father's Day, it's fucked up how second tier it is to Mother's Day.
Yeah, it's not a really big deal.
Dads don't get shit for Father's Day.
Yeah, Mother's Day, there's huge sales all over the fucking internet.
Everyone's at brunch.
Yeah. Father's Day, it's only for it's like 1950s dads too. It's not for like modern. It's like, hey, here's a bunch of tools.
Yeah, but even then you got like
stuff,
a tie.
you
You
yeah, ties.
get a shitty tie from your kids who have no taste.
But what dad wears ties anymore? That's like such a 1970s gift. Father's Day gifts haven't been updated since fucking Reagan.
I know. I feel like a popular gift for Father's Day is just letting the father go golfing or something.
Yeah.
Like, you get 4 hours to yourself.
Here's the spatula. You're like, that's fucking fuck you, dude. Do you know your dad? Think about your fucking what he likes.
Pussy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, get your dad a prostitute.
Get you a whore on Father's Day.
Hey, I'm a good son. Remember, Katie would never do this. My sister, she'd never do this. She'd be against this if she found out, actually.
What would you want if you were a father for Father's Day?
I don't know. I'd want my son to actually know me and give me something I like. that's what I'd want. Not a grill scraper or whatever the fuck they get. It's so shitty. We treat our dads so bad in America. No wonder they leave families. No wonder they're always bailing on us. We treat them like shit.
I know, man. I do kind of miss the days when you could go for a pack of cigarettes and just never come back as a dad.
That's what I'm saying.
It was a nice time.
That's what I do. I get a fucking, another letter opener, huh? Hey, I gotta go for some milk.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm out. I'm fucking out.
Dude, that's the other thing too, man. Like, I feel like back in the whole idea of leaving your house and not having anyone know where you are.
Yeah,
until you come back.
I know.
It's like, I couldn't get him on the phone, so I guess I'll just have to wait.
Exactly. Hey, you show up for dinner, and you're like, well, maybe we'll be here 2 hours later. And you just gotta sit around, hoping they show up. Then when they don't, you're like, that's where being stood up really was a big deal.
Oh yeah.
You'd be like, dude, I took a fucking bus here. I don't even know anyone in this neighborhood. I have no.
Yeah, you had to
read
make
a schedule to get back.
Yeah, you had to make plans and get directions.
Yeah, exactly. Terrible.
Could you imagine? Like, I couldn't even imagine today, like, how fucked up traffic would be if there was no GPS.
Oh yeah, dude.
No one, I don't know how to. I GPS from here to my house, and I live off Santa Monica.
I know. I don't know anyone in LA who knows how to get around LA.
I know. I drive Uber all over the fucking place. I have no idea where anything is.
Like, take away GPS, everyone in LA would never see each other again. Like, you'd
across
never
the
go
globe.
to Koreatown. You'd never go to fucking another neighborhood. It's like, no, I live where I live. I live in this area. I can remember the streets.
Why? Fucking. I don't know, man. I feel like. How old are you again?
I'm 26.
26. So do you want kids?
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
What do you mean
We'll
maybe?
see.
I don't know. You haven't thought about it yet?
I'm like, I've thought about it a little bit. I think about other stuff.
What kind of stuff?
I don't know, like
I think about other stuff.
like how broke I am, or like what do I want to watch on TV today? You know, I'm not concerned with these.
Maybe those
big
two are
life-
related.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure they're pretty similar. I don't know. Like having kids seems like I just don't know if the world's gonna be around much longer in the way that I've lived it, and so I don't know if I want to put my kids out into this.
Yeah, I don't think it
unknown
is.
New world, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think it is.
I don't want my kids to be fighting in like a desert, fighting some
Fucking Mad
clan,
Max.
Fucking yeah, exactly, Mad Max style. No way. I just rather not have kids, you know.
Yeah,
That's like you're supposed to have your paternal instinct to continue the family line, you know.
yeah,
But like if the family line's gonna end anyway,
yeah.
I'm just gonna fucking
Yeah, the reason
not.
I asked, because when I was your age, I was actually engaged, believe it or not,
Wow.
and she wanted kids, and if I had them when she wanted to have them, I'd probably have like an 10-year-old kid by now, at least one.
Word.
And the idea of that frightens me.
Yeah.
And obviously, I agree with you. Like, the world's not a good place, or it's not going to be better in 50 years than it is now. I don't think. I'm a firm believer in that. And that's fuck all the political stuff. Just the amount of fucking people on this planet. It's untenable. You know?
There's all of it. There's so many reasons you can fucking politics aside. There's 10 other reasons why the world's gonna be shitty.
Oh yeah, exactly.
It's not even.
But I feel like at 39, I have no interest in having kids, and a lot of my friends have them. They're all posting their like their family pictures, and
Yeah.
something about it kind of skeeves me out.
Yeah.
Like there's a great like story for, I think it was like Chuck Berry or something like that. It's like when he was starting out, he was like on a tour bus, like just fucking living hand to mouth gigging with his band or whatever.
Yeah.
And apparently like, the bus broke down, and they had to like walk a couple miles to a gas station to call and get a tow truck out and get themselves set up. And as they were walking, they're carrying their fucking band equipment, their guitars and shit. And it's like Christmas Eve, and they look over and they see like a family having dinner, And Chuck Berry goes, "Ugh, can you believe people live like that?"
I love that. Yeah. Yeah, that does seem more
Could you
fun,
imagine
though.
people live like that?
I'd rather do the Chuck Berry thing. That sounds way better.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I just like I see all my friends with their kids, and it's like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
It looks like even the Father's Day looks stressful for the father.
Yeah.
Like
I know. Yeah, you're doing all the work.
I mean, I guess that is a nice gift if your family just leaves you alone, but they never do. Like, hey, can Dad get 48 hours to go down to Tijuana and get weird?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's not being left alone. That's a different thing entirely. Man. That's not. Hey, I want to watch the game and just leave me alone for a couple hours. I want to get a hooker and blow and disappear.
I mean,
for a
what's the
weekend.
difference? Disappear for a weekend.
Hey, I'm gonna get a. It can only be found on this burner phone. I'm not gonna take my cell phone.
None of you have the number.
Why do you have a problem with this, baby? What's wrong? You never leave me alone. I never get me time.
I don't know. What kind of gifts did you get your dad for Father's Day? Did you like make him little those little jewelry boxes out of fucking?
I send him a
popsicle
card.
sticks?
I don't do much. I just fucking write.
Oh,
him
you do send the cards.
I write him a note. Yeah.
I'm the
Nothing
worst,
crazy.
man. I'm
Yeah.
the worst. I like call my mom on Mother's Day.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And-
do.
And obviously, I don't call my dad because I haven't spoken to him in 15 years, maybe
Yeah.
more.
Dude, what a fun Father's Day gift. Talking to him again.
Oh no way! Dude. It'd be hey, let's catch up.
Yeah,
Like, what?
exactly. What are you doing? He's like, what are you talking about?
I wonder if I'd probably answer the phone if he called just see what the fuck he's calling about.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if he knows my number.
Yeah.
It
How
hasn't
come-
changed,
how
but
come you
but I
don't
don't know
talk
that
to
he
your
ever had
dad?
it.
There's always that like unsaved, like maybe Randy.
Yeah.
Or it's
Maybe
like Siri,
Dad.
yeah, maybe your son.
Oh man.
How come? What happened? How come you don't talk to your dad?
Well, long story short, he and my mom had separated when I was, like in middle school,
Okay.
and they were fine, and I knew him up through college, and I graduated. And then he started a beef with my mom over something that needed to be started about, like money stuff. But they'd long been separated. So I told him that he basically wanted her to sell the home that she was in, and it was like, and his excuse was, it's like, I'm doing that to protect you guys. If your mom gets remarried, make sure you guys get your piece of the house, blah, 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 so it doesn't go to her new husband. I was like, all right, Dad. At the point, I had just finished my first year as an investment banker, and I got like a bonus. It was a good bonus. And it was enough for me to buy the house and just rent it to my mom. And he's like, no. I'm like, let's stay out of it. I'm like, well, then you're just being petty.
Yeah.
That kind of solves all. If I own the house and mom's renting it from me,
Yeah. Then
that
that's
solves all the
kinda puts
problems.
on-
You're like, yeah, I'll put my sister and brother on the deed. It's all set.
Yeah.
And he's like, no. I was like, all right, well, I don't have time for your petty arguments with mom over something that happened 20 years ago.
Yeah, for real.
And that was
trying
it.
to take the house under from under her. That's
Yeah,
pretty fucked
exactly.
up.
Yeah. So basically, and people are like, oh, I'm sorry, like you don't have a relationship with your dad. I was like, no, I was 23 or 24 when that decision was made.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I was 6 and he walked out with the pack of cigarettes. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, no, my dad was being a pain in the ass. I was like, all right, I can't do this.
That's hilarious.
Too busy at work. So people think I'm like, raised without a dad, like have some sort of daddy issues. I'm like, no, my issues with him are adult issues. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
It's
That's like the
it's far
opposite.
worse than you think.
Yeah,
like,
for real.
it wasn't
That's like-
abandonment. He was a pain in my ass. It's like I don't have time for it anymore.
Yeah, you're just a shitty guy to hang out. Great dad, shitty guy to hang out with. Like an old friend, It's like, hey, we had some good memories, but hey.
Yeah, you never hear that, dude. It's always exactly. It's always
That's
the opposite. It's
hilarious.
always like, oh, he was a terrible person, but a great dad.
Yeah,
We were talking about that the other night. Mobsters. You always hear that about mobsters,
yeah.
like, oh, he killed 30 guys, but at home he was just a normal
Yeah,
dad.
he was just a great
They never
kid.
say a dad at home he was a fucking tyrant.
Yeah,
But his
exactly.
friends thought he was the shit.
Yeah.
Outside of the house he was a great guy. Inside the house he was a monster.
Yeah.
Usually you hide that. It's the other way around.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, guys in the mob are like fucking, hey, make sure you pray 7 times a day. Oh, bah, 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 bah. They don't really they have loose morals,
I think they have questionable morals but good ethics. Meaning, like I've said it before, like morals and ethics are two different things. Morals are like your beliefs. Ethics are like how you follow them.
Yeah.
So their beliefs are askew, right? It's like, oh, if somebody sleeps with your wife, you have the right to kill him.
Mhm.
That's a questionable moral.
Yeah.
An affair doesn't equate to murder,
Yeah.
but they follow those rules. So whatever their rules are,
Yeah,
They're
are
pretty
good
ethical
they
about
are
following
good
the
about
rules.
Following those rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is true.
yeah. I didn't know you were such a big mob aficionado, dude. I didn't know they
Yeah.
make those in Hawaii.
Yeah, dude, I just like mob movies.
Was there any
That's my
mobsters in Hawaii?
Not really.
Just a bunch of fat Tongans?
Yeah. There's a lot of drug dealers, and like there's a biker gang that smashed up my buddy's place for selling weed.
What?
There was this biker gang. I'm not gonna say which biker gang, but it's like the only
Yeah,
one.
because they're going to ride over here from Hawaii.
Yeah. Well, I go back there a lot.
Okay.
I don't know how many people watch this, but
Not
hope
many
it's
in
not-
Hawaii.
yeah,
Big
I
on
hope
the
it's
East
not
Coast.
I hope it's not the biker gang. I'm
No,
talking about.
it's mostly East Coasters, I think, at this point.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. But yeah, there was this fucking biker gang, and they were like, there's this. My buddy used to own this place called Sharky's, which is like this kind of like Chuck E. Cheese kind of low rent Chuck E. Cheese place with like a game room in the
Was
back.
he?
They sold pizza and
Did he
stuff.
have a weird predilection for kids?
Yeah, his dad did. Well, his dad was like, his
His
dad's
dad
like
did.
5'0", dude. He's basically a kid himself, dude. He's the shortest little fucking dude I ever met. But he was like a good chef, So he opened this place because he's also like a skeevy business guy, skeezy business guy.
Yeah.
Where he's like, yeah, I'm a good chef, but also we should get a ball pit and some games. That's how we make money. So I was trying to like,
Lure the children in.
yeah, or he's trying to like pull an extra side scam on it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
He's like one of those guys. But my buddy was selling weed, his son, and so we always used to go over and smoke weed with him. He was like a pretty big weed dealer out there, and he would kind of sell out of Sharky's sometimes. And so it's a great teenage.
You sell where the customers are.
To be honest, dude,
You
like,
sell
think about-
drugs. You want to be
think about
located
their
near
customer
children.
Base. Think about their customer base. It's like 5 to 10, and then 15 to 18 for the drugs. You know what I mean? It's fucking perfect. They've got the whole spectrum of kids.
Yeah, you kind of lose interest in Chuck E. Cheese related fucking businesses around the age of 11,
Yeah.
12, but that's when the drugs kick in.
Yeah, exactly.
So you
14,
keep your
13,
customer.
yeah,
He
you're
grew
like,
with his
"Hey,
customer base.
You know, actually a great place to hang out still? Sharky's. Plays the ball pit? No, not the ball pit.
Yeah, get high and then get in the ball pit.
Yeah. We smoke weed, then we go in the game room. It's great.
Dude, how dirty is a fucking ball pit that we used to go in those things?
Oh, yeah, dude, they're filthy.
And I remember you touch down the bottom of the net and you'd like find things.
Yeah,
I remember like finding some money, a
yeah.
tooth. I remember one time I found a tooth because kids' teeth fall out.
Yeah,
I just picked up a fucking tooth inside of a ball pit.
that's
It's
hilarious.
so nasty.
Like, no, that's an adult molar. Somebody got buried here. This is serious.
And I remember the newspaper. They used to have like all these or at least I don't know if it was actually in the newspaper. It was like this story that went around to scare kids.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, did you hear that? Like the ball pit, the McDonald's down wherever, the next neighborhood over, they found a 18-foot python in it just to scare the shit out of a kid from going into a ball pit.
That's hilarious.
Which I wonder.
Isn't that in Jackass? Didn't they do it in Jackass?
Oh, they do it in jackets, but that was
Yeah.
like a urban legend
Oh,
when
that's
I was
funny.
a kid that they just like made real. They put
Yeah.
they should have put an alligator in there instead of a. Because snakes aren't that frightening to me. I don't know. Are you like afraid of
What, a
animals?
giant snake? Yeah, I'm scared of giant snakes.
Dude, I love snakes.
You're not scared of a giant like python? That wouldn't scare you?
No,
No
no.
way.
A venomous one, I would be.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Dude, I had a boa constrictor in college.
You had a boa constrictor.
A big, fucking thing grew to like 7 or 8
What?
feet.
What? You were a snake guy?
I was that guy.
You don't
dude.
strike me as a snake guy.
Oh, we used to eat mushrooms and feed it.
Oh my god.
It was, dude. I did. I
Would they like choke out like mice and shit?
Oh yeah, I remember the first time I did it. So I bought it as like a juvenile snake. It was like just hatched.
Yeah.
So it was like
Juvenile
little
snake.
fucking foot long thing, skinny. But I mean, you feed it once a week, and in 2-3 months' time, it's like 3 feet. By the time I left college, it was probably about 4.5, 5 feet, and I had it for another year and a half after I graduated from college before I had to get rid of it because in New York City you're not allowed to have exotic pets.
What do you do with a boa constrictor?
You start feeding it rats and rabbits and shit.
No, I know, but what do you do? Like, hey, you got to get rid of it, and you're like, all right.
Oh,
all right, buddy, be free.
Yeah.
You just let it loose in New York. Like, what do you do?
Yeah, I put them on the subway.
Yeah, yeah, it's 40 feet long now. It lives in the sewer. It's pretty
Help
scary.
with the rats. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's where the food is. Just put it down the subway.
They call it the menace of Hell's Kitchen. It can't be killed.
It's become a mascot
Yeah.
of the D train or whatever. I gave it to a friend of mine's mom worked at an animal shelter. She's like, oh, we'll keep it there. We have people bring in.
Yeah, and then tragedy at animal shelter.
It ate the dogs.
Animals, dogs and cats eaten by giant snake. Owner's still missing. And you're like, oh man, I should have done something about that. Should have shipped that out.
I remember the first time I took it back and we were like, oh, let's do like a public feeding with our friends. Like, so we got like an ounce of mushrooms, and it was probably like 4 or 5 of us dudes, and then they brought over some girls, like 4 or 5 girls, so like 10 of us, all whacked out on mushrooms.
You're like, want to see my snake? They're like,
No,
fuck
we're in the
no.
basement of the fraternity house, and I'm like, it's like, you guys want to feed the snake? They're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, the girl's like, ooh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Right? They didn't know I was going to throw.
That sounds like an innuendo. That's
yeah,
not
no, they didn't know I was going to throw a live rat into the cage.
Uh-huh.
And it's pretty gruesome how fucking. Yeah, I mean, like the rat's eye popped out of its head when he constricted it.
So he does the whole
Yeah,
constriction.
so the guys were like, oh, that's awesome. The girls, I completely ruined their mushroom trip. like, oh my god. Fucking bleeding out of its eye. Like,
oh my, that sounds terrible.
I loved it. Yeah.
I don't want to do.
Safe to say, none of us hooked up with those chicks though.
Yeah.
I thought we were fucking.
Dude, I don't even know if I want to do much with you. That's turned me off. 10 years later.
Oh man.
That's
So what's
hilarious.
Hawaii like, dude? I know I missed a trip with you and old Jeffy.
Yeah, dude, we had a blast. It was
What's it
super
like?
fun.
Like, what's it like growing up in Hawaii versus? Because I mean, obviously, it's just like San Diego or L.A. for that matter. Like,
Yeah.
everyone thinks like, oh, L.A. sun and fun. It's like, no, it's just a regular city that just happens to have nice weather. I mean, that's a big draw. But like, everyone views Hawaii as like the tourist destination, not living there.
Yeah. No, dude, it's pretty mellow, It's pretty laid
Is it even
back.
with all the fucking meth problems out there?
There's a lot of meth. People like to fight for fun, That's a big,
Oh yeah, you
that's
told
a
me
big
is
thing.
it getting crazy?
Yeah. Oh yeah, people fucking people just get nuts, they fucking want
Get nuts.
Yeah. And yeah, it's just people are just bored out there, I always say it's like if Toledo, Ohio was in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Where it's just like there's not a lot going on.
What city?
But
you
it's
from?
really fun and
Are you
it's
from the
really
Big
pretty.
Island?
I'm from Maui.
Okay,
But,
I don't
yeah.
know. I know that's a different city, but I don't know, or island. Is it
Yeah, it's a
city,
different island. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm from Kihei on Maui, which is the city. But
Okay. Is that like a tiny little town?
yeah, it's like a little beach town.
Is your whole family still back there? I mean, your sister left, but like,
yeah, my mom and
do
dad are
people
still back
leave the
there.
island, or is it kind of like?
It's pretty. If you do leave, you don't really get to go back a lot, which is fucking.
Well, that's what I'm saying because I feel that's one of those places. Like, obviously, it's it's beautiful visually and everything, but it's so far away. Like, you're right. It must be even like worse in Toledo because people in Toledo can like move to Cleveland. Like,
Yeah. No, exactly.
It's like you upgraded from Maui to Honolulu. It's like it's not much of a.
I mean, that is people do that too, and Honolulu is probably just as fun to live in as Cleveland, to be honest. Probably more fun. I'm not gonna say.
Yeah,
I'd rather live in Honolulu
probably more fun, but
than
15
Cleveland
times
every
expensive.
time. Yeah, exactly. No, it's gonna be a little more expensive too. A lot more expensive.
Yeah, dude. What's it like being poor on like a beautiful island?
Oh, you got like 4 jobs, working in hotels, selling weed, selling fucking. All my friends growing up fucking used to sell weed, dude. Like,
That's what I'm
fucking
saying.
high
Like,
school,
it must be I know how expensive it is out there.
dude. Yeah.
Like, it must be
It's great. A lot of scumbaggery going on, dude. You know,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Well,
of
I
fun.
mean, I bet there's a lot of fucking thievery too. I mean, think about it. People coming in and out, they're not staying there. Robbing
Yeah.
a tourist must be a fucking
Oh yeah,
old
dude.
pastime.
Yeah, people do that shit. People fuck with tourists so bad out there, dude.
Do they have guns and shit
remember-
out there? Is it like the U.S.?
Not really a lot of guns.
Okay,
It is the U.S., but
I mean,
it's not a lot of guns.
but not really.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like
it
Alaska's,
is.
Alaska's the United States, but not. It's kind of off on its own.
Yeah,
You know,
bro, this ain't the mainland, dog. Bro, this ain't the
they all got
fucking
slingshots. It's like fucking Peter Pan.
mainland. Yeah, exactly. No, people use their fucking hands to break everything, dude. They're fucking, people are nuts out there. But I remember my buddies. We used to be like leaving the beach, and we'd find rental cars. You'd find like which cars were rentals. You know what I mean? By like
Yeah.
there's like little stickers that say "No smoking inside, or you'll be fined." You find those cars, and he'd like punch out the side mirrors.
Oh, he didn't even rob the car.
Yeah,
He
no,
did-
it just cost him $300. He would rob them, but he wouldn't get the money. Yeah, find out later he worked for Hertz Rental. Oh man, dude. I thought that was just fun.
That's a
punk
great
kid shit,
scheme,
you know?
man. If you own the I don't know if Hertz does franchises or whatever, but that's a great scheme. Like if you have
Yeah.
like a little local rental car business,
Yeah,
just have one of your
hire
just
some
hire a guy to
local
just go
fucking-
bust up the cars every day. Give them the addresses to where they're parking it. Like,
Yeah, exactly. So this guy's at the Hilton Lahaina,
yeah.
red Honda Civic.
Yeah, he did not buy the insurance, so go ahead and smash that window out. Just give him the
Arrogant fuck didn't think he needed the insurance.
Yeah, and you got to kick
Park
back.
next to a golf course, man.
Yeah, and you work with like a local auto body shop. They get a kickback on the fee too.
Yeah,
You double
exactly.
dip.
You would be a great mob guy, dude.
Oh, I
You're
see.
fucking-
I told you that the night before last. I was like, I really appreciate that, which is a
Yeah.
weird thing to appreciate.
Yeah, dude.
But I'm such a fan of it all. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I lament not going into crime. I feel like I would
Yeah,
have
you
been in a
fucked
better
up.
place. I'd have been wealthy.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I mean, odds are I would have done some prison time, but not a lot. I think I would.
Yeah.
I think I would have been able to figure out how to.
You know
avoid
what? I think at how old are you?
39.
I think at this age you would have been out of jail, reformed, doing a public speaking tour.
Oh, yeah, just
like
be
a
like-
motivational.
like Michael Francis.
Yeah, exactly.
I found God. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, that's one way to get paroled.
Yeah, you'd be like the Gary V of the mafia. If you like got into it in your 20s.
I'm a Tony Robbins of
Yeah, exactly. See, the best thing about the mafia, hustle. That'd be you.
That's every fucking life coach on Instagram, dude.
But real successful mafiosos, they get up at 4, they hit garage sales.
Yeah, exactly. They work out twice a day, do a cold plunge, then kill a guy. Like, everyone-
That's the fucking that's your book title.
I-
Cold lunch and kill a guy.
cold plunge and kill a
Yeah,
guy.
cold punch and kill a guy.
This
How to
is-
make money the Randy Valero way.
I know, man. Fucking, I actually had. I was telling this the other night. I had my first grade teacher told my mom that I remember she pulled me aside, like after like the first PTA meeting. Mrs. Kokash. I don't usually use names in this podcast, but I was 6. That's 30, whatever, 3 years ago. She's probably dead.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Miss Kokash. But she was old then. Actually, she might have been my age then. In my mind, she was fucking a senior citizen.
Yeah.
But she told my mom, she is like, Miss Kokash showed me, it's like, you're really smart, you're doing well. She's like, but she's like, Randy's either going to run a bank or rob them, and it's really important that we get him on the right track. And I remember my mom told me that, and she like locked the door to the bathroom so like my dad wouldn't hear it. She was like hiding that fact from my dad for some reason,
Yeah.
which makes me think my dad was a criminal at some point.
Yeah, maybe.
Which makes sense. He got shot.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't really get shot unless you're in a life of crime or committing,
Yeah.
like stopping crimes or like the military.
Well, yeah. So my dad
was he in
was
the military?
no. My dad was a fucking.
Was he a cop?
Dude, he was an immigrant from the Dominican Republic. He came here when he was like
Yeah.
14. He's illiterate
Randy.
in 2 languages, English and Spanish.
I hate to
He
say
can
it.
speak them both, kind of.
Your dad's a criminal.
Yeah, exactly. But he met
He
my
wasn't
mom.
a cop. He wasn't in the military. Yeah,
No.
he's a criminal.
He was like 18 or 19 years old when he met my mom, and they started dating shortly thereafter. And there's photos of this. I have them on my phone actually, of my dad on crutches with like a big cast on his leg because he got a shotgun blast through both of his legs.
Shotgun blast.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally, dude.
Yeah, so
Definitely
so
some
the,
crime stuff.
exactly.
going
So the
on.
story I got from my mom and dad was that he was hanging out in a bodega, like a like a deli in New York. They call them bodegas.
Yeah.
And a friend of his was goofing around with a shotgun behind the counter, and it went off and went through the counter through his legs.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, what year is this? Like, I don't know, like 1979. My dad was 18 or 19, fresh off the boat from the Dominican Republic, had an afro out to here, a silk shirt and chains. I'm like, yeah, it sounds like a drug deal gone bad, Mom.
Yeah.
And in New York, bodegas, I mean, like, there's one on every corner. There's not enough people in New York to keep every bodega afloat, even though there's 20 million people in the city.
Yeah.
There's one on every corner, like on a four-way stop. There's one on each corner.
Yeah.
It's like so two out of three out of four of them are selling drugs.
How do you know which one's the best one to go to?
Well, the drug ones are run by Latin guys. So
Okay.
so like if like a Puerto Rican or Dominican is behind the counter, 90% chance they sell drugs out of that place.
Okay.
Then they
And that's not racist. That's just like
no, that's just a fact.
That's just a fact of living in the fucking city.
I grew up there. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
Because the other ones are owned by usually Arab guys.
Okay.
And those guys don't sell drugs. They're on the up and up.
Okay.
Yeah. Out here, I guess the Koreans own the convenience stores.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're selling drugs or not.
I don't know. We should go and ask.
Find
Hey, do you guys sell
out.
drugs here?
Yeah, were drugs hard to get in Hawaii? It's so far away.
Not really, dude. No. There's a lot of.
That's how
people
you know
who
it is
ship-
America.
Well, they ship it through. They ship through fucking Honolulu, and it goes fucking everywhere.
Okay.
And
Well, I
it's
guess you guys
honestly-
grow weed out there, so it's a good
Yeah.
good climate for that.
Well, and it comes right from like the port of Long Beach, which is obviously a huge. It's just one of the biggest ports on the west.
Yeah.
It maybe is the biggest port.
I
on the
think
west
it is
coast,
the
I
biggest
think.
port. in the
So
West
fucking obviously you're gonna get pretty good drugs out of the biggest port in the country, right next to the
Yeah.
Mexican border. You know what I mean?
Coast. Coke's $500 a gram.
Yeah. No, it's all the drugs are pretty normal prices. Weed was more expensive.
Well, getting good weed.
Yeah.
That's one weird thing about islands. Island weed stinks, dude.
No, dude. You're wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about
Hawaii
like
weed is
when
the
I go to the
best
Caribbean
weed.
and shit, like the weed
Okay.
that stunk.
Yeah, dude. Hawaii weed is the best weed I've ever smoked, bar none.
Even
Not
better than
even
LA,
close.
huh?
Way better.
Is it legal over there yet?
No,
How the fuck are they?
I don't know.
That's
I
that
honestly
seems
have no
ridiculous.
idea.
In a
I
tour,
think it's like a police quota thing. Like that'd be the only thing that makes
Yeah,
sense.
but I mean,
'cause
think
it's
about
like
it.
so many people smoke out
in a state that thrives off of tourism.
there.
If you had legal weed shops,
Yeah.
people get. I mean, you'd just be ripping people off. I mean, they could charge more in taxes than out here. Because where else are
Yeah.
you gonna go? Like,
Dude, we used to go. Me and my buddy Mitchell. We used to go down to fucking the Grand Wailea, which is like this really nice hotel. And we'd be like walking around. We like find some young kids. Like, hey, you wanna like some kids our age? And be like, hey, you guys wanna buy some weed? And they're like, yeah, we've been looking for weed like crazy. Like, that's great, dude. $50 a gram. And they're like, all right. And they pay you because they're fucking super rich at this nice hotel. We'd make so much money just ripping tourists off, dude. It was so fun.
what other scams you have coming up as a kid?
There was that one. That was the main one. My buddy Mitchell was a terrible. He was the king of scams that never worked, dude. He was so bad at them. He's always trying to like fucking sell stuff to his friends. He got into an MLM. He's like, just
Oh my
everything,
God, dude.
everything you can do wrong in the scam world, he'd do. He kept
Sorry.
this is one of my favorite fucking memories. Is he had this really nice car. He was always like, oh, I'm trying to trade up this car. This is a sick car, and I'm trying to trade it up for, which is like the crown jewel of cars in Hawaii, is the Toyota Tacoma. Everybody wants a Toyota Tacoma.
Yeah,
It's like a fucking Lambo out there, dude. Like
Yeah, in
you can
Hawaii-
pull up in a Lambo.
in Hawaiian ISIS-controlled states, the Toyota Tacoma is number one.
Dude, we might as well be insurgents. How much we fucking love the Toyota Tacoma. It's crazy. That's hilarious. Dude, like seriously, you could pull a fucking Aventador and a fucking Toyota Tacoma next to people in Hawaii, and they'd be like, "Let me get that Toyota Tacoma, dude. I want that car."
Do they lift it up and
truck.
everything too?
Yeah, they
like
jack
real
it.
like
they
real
fucking,
trash can.
Yeah, they
trash
put a
bags?
big minigun on the back. It's great. But it's fucking so fucking. He's like, I want this Toyota Tacoma. I can get a sick truck out of this sedan, and it's a nice car. It's like a Pontiac. As you put subs in it. It was
Pontiac.
fucking- yeah.
That's how you know. That's how I know Willie's white trash. It was a nice car. It was a Pontiac.
I mean, it was nice for Hawaii. It was nicest car I had all my fucking scumbag friends at the
yeah.
time.
And let's be honest here, Willie. You're 26, so it couldn't be that long ago.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm 39. It's like a Pontiac in like the 80s. That might have been a decent ride.
Yeah.
But you're talking about like a Pontiac in 2006. It's like,
No, this is like 2014.
Oh fuck yeah!
2013?
Even more recent. I didn't
Yeah.
know Pontiac still exists.
Yeah.
Like, somebody had a new Pontiac in 2014.
Well, I mean, it was like a 2007 Pontiac, but in 2013. You know, that's when
Yeah.
the story takes place. So he's like, I'm gonna get this truck, dude. I'm gonna get a sick truck. So he trades it up for this, not Toyota Tacoma, but it's a decent truck, but it's way worse than his fucking current car. And we're like, dude, you just traded down for this fucking nice car. You sold the subs in it. You're a fucking moron, you know? And he's like, no, dude, I'm gonna get this guy who has a Toyota Tacoma I wants this truck. So he bought this truck
to trade it in for the other.
to trade it in for the other truck. So he gets that thing. And it's a decent Toyota Tacoma, you know what I mean? I guess it's a fucking 90s model, which is kind of hard to find, you know? But it's also got a 90s engine.
Yeah. No, I like how no one in Hawaii is driving anything post 2005.
Yeah, dude, no. Anything post 2005 is fucking tourist drive those, dude. That's
Yeah,
not-
you
don't want that
break
shit.
into those.
Yeah, exactly. But so that car lasts. He finally gets his dream car, and it lasts for about 3 months before it breaks down irreparably. And so probably like 6 months after he started this trading up scam, he's riding a moped to school.
Oh my God, dude!
Hating life,
It's like fucking Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, literally.
He traded the dog fucking van in for the moped.
Yeah, exactly.
Gets 80 miles to the gallon.
Dude, he was like that. He was like, actually, dude, it's really good on sidewalks. I can get down side streets really easily. He's like, listen the advantages.
I did that when cause in Boston, I didn't have a car. I didn't need one. I just rode my bike from gig to gig and around town.
Yeah.
And I would do the same thing. I'd like, people are like, oh, I got to fix my car. I was like, oh, get a bike, dude. It's so much better. It's cheap. No matter what your lot in life is, I feel like the human mind tries to convince itself that this is better than the other option.
Oh, yeah.
No, dude, I don't want to be rich. They look miserable.
Yeah.
They look miserable.
Yeah, that looks so hard.
Oh, God, they have to worry about all their employees and what to do with all their money.
many decisions.
What a hassle.
Yeah.
Being poor is better.
Yeah, I barely have to pay taxes. It's great. I get money back on taxes. Suck it, rich guys.
That is a weird thing that rich people do. It's like, can you imagine how much I have to pay in taxes? Like,
Yeah.
it's like,
I was like, you gotta pay
poor
taxes?
people wish they could. Yeah, like poor people wish they
wait.
could pay that tax.
I was like, wait, you don't get money back on taxes? What does that mean? What'd you do?
I made so much they have to take more. When you make so little, the government gives you some back. It's like,
Yeah, exactly, dude.
here, man, you're too poor. We can't
Hey,
take
dude,
that much.
here's $500. I know that's gonna change your life. It did. It totally did.
Dude, you know lotto ticket sales go up in January and February because people start getting their returns?
Oh yeah, I know, dude. It's the dumbest shit.
That's how you know this country's in for big trouble.
Yeah.
You know, like I used to laugh at my father doing that. Like let's be honest. I've said this before. I played lotto, but like when you buy a ticket, you're basically buying a daydream until they do the drawing because you're not going to win.
Yeah.
But it's like a poor tax. They just keep taking it from poor people every week because they hope they're going to win one day.
Yeah.
My dad would be in there with the fucking play these numbers, do this, do that. It's like. Or just work.
Yeah. Just do anything.
Yeah, or stop spending $20 a week on fucking on lotto tickets and buy me a Ninja Turtle, you scumbag.
Yeah, for real. Like one guy wins the Powerball every like 6 years.
Yeah.
It's like such a fucking scam. Dude.
Well, that's the other thing too. They say that they talk about that all the time on the internet. Like this guy won the lotto and look how it ruined his life.
Yeah.
But they never tell the story about the guy whose life is like completely fixed because he won the lotto.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I don't think it happens. I honestly think, because most of the time it's like people in desperate situations. That's what plays Powerball.
Of course.
Even I have like, I'm not fucking really super rich at all. Even
no.
Yeah. I'm not
Between
making
the
a
two
lot
of us, I
money.
think we're worth about 48 cents.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I owe money to the government.
But like even that still, like you don't play Powerball. We're fucking probably in a similar financial situation. I'm not fucking out there like, all right, I fucking time to take this money down to 7-Eleven. I'm not fucking like I'm not that. It's desperate people.
I buy drugs with my money because I win every time.
Yeah, exactly. So when desperate people win $300 million, they're like, hell yeah, let's get some fucking coke, let's get some hookers, let's go to Vegas. They do like all the white trash people shit.
Look, I've run through a lot of money before because I had bread when I was doing my old work, and obviously lesson learned. I would look. Hindsight's 20/20. You always want to be smarter about the next time you're in a similar situation. But I can't foresee any circumstance where I'd win $100 million and it would be gone by the time before my death. That's so much money to spend. You got to be a real fucking moron.
But also, I've never had $100 million and looked at like $100 million style purchases. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good
I'm not
point.
like fucking. I'm not getting $100 million. I'm like, maybe I'll upgrade my internet. I'm like, let's buy a yacht.
Are you like impulsive like that?
I mean, I don't know. I've never had $100 million.
Money.
Maybe. I have no idea. I've never had the opportunity to be impulsive. One of these days, though, dude. I'm going to buy a yacht and go broke. I'm going to be living in it.
You know who really fucks up your money situation is family. Family really gets in there.
Yeah.
They, your ex-wife, that's how you go broke, dude.
Yeah.
You get married and they fucking walk off with half of it, and you do it again, they walk off with half the half you have left.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're sitting there with 1/8 of your money, like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, I know this guy.
By the way, that's good math right there. You see what I just did?
I didn't.
Well, half.
I mean, I believe. I trust your math. I'm not like checking it. You can say anything to me about math. And that's probably it.
It's so funny. 2 nights ago, when we were at the Improv, they have that sign over the bar. It says 1 billion jokes told.
Yeah.
And Jeff, just talking to, I forget, another comic I just met, maybe like Nick Vatterat. He's like, I wonder if that's accurate. And he turns to me, he's like, Randy, is that possible? He didn't even break out his calculator yet.
Yeah, you went full Rain Man. You're like,
he's talking to Nick Vatterat and Josh Nelson. I'm like, no, it's impossible. He's like, how do you know? I was like, because it would take you 34 years to count to 1 billion.
Yeah. And let alone
And he, got, and he,
telling
goes,
that
and
many
he
jokes.
immediately starts repeating that as fact. And it's true. If you count it to 1 billion, it'd take you about 35 years.
Yeah.
Because, it's that big of a number.
Yeah. Well, then how do they know what Jeff Bezos has?
Well, the computer calculates that.
No, I know. I'm kidding.
But he's like, so how long would it take to tell 1 billion jokes? So I did the math in my head. I was like, roughly 5,000 years. He goes,
Wow.
what? So he pulls out his calculator and he divides it's like, let's say, they tell 500 jokes a night, right? And 4 shows every night, and you just divide it all up. It's like, yeah, it's like 5,077 years to tell 1 billion jokes.
That's crazy. Long live the improv, man, huh? We're going to get to a
Long
billion.
live the improv. But Jeff turned to me immediately as I was calculating. Hey, Randy, is that true?
Yeah.
Instead of looking it up,
Yeah, exactly.
he has access to Google. He does it with tips. He's like, did I tip that right? I'm like, yeah, you got that right.
You could have added actually 44 more cents. That would have been all right.
He thinks I'm like Rain Man or something.
Yeah,
He's going to
exactly.
do math.
Fucking
This guy's a
beautiful mind
genius.
over here.
I'm like, I don't know. It's just division, dude. It's
Yeah.
really not. It's long division. It's not that impressive.
Yeah.
Ask my accountant how good I am with fucking numbers. He'll tell you terrible. I'm broke.
They should do like a Good Will Hunting remake of with you, where you're like an Uber driver and you're doing math really well.
Oh my god. I gotta go drive after this while I'm having the beer. But oh, dude,
They're
yesterday.
like, that guy calculated exactly how many streets we'd pass on the way. I'm a Harvard professor.
Oh, dude, somebody was in the car yesterday. I told him went to Brown. I'm like, really? And I'm like, yeah, it didn't work out so well.
Yeah.
But then last night I was driving around, and I had like 3 girls get in the car and they're coming out from the bar and they're all whooping and hollering. I'm like, whatever.
Mhm.
And I have some music on and like, oh, can you play some Drake? I said, no, his music sucks. And that put a whole wet blanket. There was silence in my car after that. These like 22-year-old girls like in the prime of their life having a good time, and I just can you play the new Drake? He fucking sucks.
Yeah.
And that was, they stopped talking to each other.
That's hilarious.
I like scolded them like a parent, dude. That was like my Father's Day gift to them. I yelled at them like the dad they don't have.
Yeah.
Well, the one that didn't hug them enough. That's why they're out slutting it up on a Saturday night.
Yeah. Hey, my dad loved me, and I'm slutting it up on a Saturday night. Not slutting it up, but I'm out.
Oh, your dads would encourage that.
Yeah.
I
That's
feel
true.
I feel like dads root for their kids to get laid,
Yeah.
unless it's a female daughter.
Yeah.
But unless he's a lesbian. I feel like as long as you don't have a straight female daughter,
Yeah.
as a father, you want them to get as much sex as possible.
Yeah, you want your son to fuck.
Oh, yeah.
That's like a thing.
Oh, my dad would try and set me up with. He was dating. Like, some of my parents split up when I was in middle school, and he was dating around, and dating one woman very attractive, and she had like for whatever reason he was like with her and her, I guess her cousin, but she was like 19, and I was like 17 at the time, and he was like taking them somewhere, and he stopped by the house because he was like dropping something off, and I met her and them, and his girlfriend's cousin was hot.
Mhm.
He's like, you want me to set you up with that? I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
So he invites me over, invites her over, and then they leave the fucking apartment. Him and his girlfriend leave the apartment.
You're like, damn, Dad. I still haven't had a wingman better than you, dude.
Getting his 17-year-old son to bang a 19-year-old girl in the apartment, or try to in the apartment.
That rules.
Didn't work. It didn't work out all the way, but it was a fun evening.
How come it didn't? What happened?
Well, we didn't want to be rude. Because they didn't go for long. Like, oh, we'll go pick up food. You guys get to know each other. We'll be back.
Oh.
So it wasn't like.
So it wasn't like a fucking situation.
No.
It was
They
more
didn't.
like,
Hey,
hey, talk and get to know each other.
Yeah. Listen. It wasn't like they went away for the weekend. My dad was living in the projects, so it was like,
Yeah.
he didn't have like weekend trip money. He just went to the store to pick up dinner or whatever. Pick up fucking
He went to the Latino,
White Castle.
he went to the Latino bodega to pick up some food.
Latin X bodega. Get it right.
Yeah.
Look at it right.
Goddamn right.
I've railed about that before. Latinx nonsense. But speaking of weird racial relations, so growing up in Hawaii, the white people were like the black people, were they not?
I mean, if you weren't cool. That's what nobody talks about. Everyone's like, oh, it's really hard for white people out there. Like, yeah, if you're a loser.
I think
that's anything,
true for everybody
you know what I mean?
anyway.
Yeah, that's just fucking like, I had no problems at all. You know what I mean? There was definitely like undertones of like, hey, white people, you stole the land from us. You're like, yeah, you got us on that.
And
they
that's
shit
so
on
weird
you
they
for
say
that
they
shit,
stole the
you know?
land because they're actually a state.
Yeah, they're a full on state.
Like so,
they're like a kingdom before.
Oh, I know.
And
well,
like the whole story about that is crazy.
Well, that's
too.
the thing about the Hawaiians. He was like, you stole our land. It wasn't your land. It was the king's land. You twat. We took it from one guy. Like,
Wow.
he let you live on it, and then we took his spot. Like,
Yeah. Dude,
there's no difference for you.
They put a gun to the guy's head and made him sign over the whole.
It's very
the whole
Suge Knight
kingdom.
of them.
Yeah, for real, dude. They fucking fully put a gun to the guy's head just because there was a big tax on pineapples. And so when pineapple was like, oh, if we were a territory with the U.S., there would be no tax on pineapples, and the Dole Company could make a bunch more money. So every time we're eating a pineapple,
nice.
Remember that story?
It sounds like the sugar wars down in like like Dominican Republic, Haiti,
yeah,
Puerto
sugar
Rico.
cane too. It was actually sugar cane. I think was the main thing actually.
Yeah, dude, you put me onto this. I didn't know it takes. My listeners won't know this. It takes 3 years to grow a pineapple.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes
I had no idea.
It's fucking insane. My mom planted a pineapple when I was a freshman in high school, and we ate it my senior year.
Oh, like so? Is it growing to a tree? Like what? I didn't know.
No, it's like you put it in the ground and
the whole pineapple.
No, just the top. So
What do
you
you
like cut off the top
with the part with the leaves.
Yeah, and you
just
plant that.
Okay.
Probably there's more to it. I don't know. that's what I remember.
I'm not a horticulturalist,
Yeah,
Randy,
exactly.
but
yeah, I'm not really a green. Don't fucking quote me on this. But I'm pretty sure you cut the top off, you plant it, and you gotta water it a ton every day for 3 years, and then it becomes a pineapple that doesn't taste as good as you get at the store. It sucked. Fuck pineapples.
But do they grow on trees? Or they grow underground like a potato? How do they grow?
Like I don't know, like a
bush?
a bush. Yeah.
But is it under? Is the
It's in the ground. Yeah.
Oh, the
no,
pineapple.
no, it's not. It grows out of the top, I think.
okay? Oh, so it grows like upside down almost.
Yeah. So you plant it, and then the bottom becomes like nutrients for the
Roots.
roots, and then it roots, and then it grows out the top.
No shit.
I think. I really hope. I'm pretty sure.
But think about how we disrespect. If it takes 3 years to to grow a pineapple, we disrespect the shit out of them. Think about how many like fruit salads you get at the airport or whatever, and you just throw out with the. Obviously, the pineapple is one of the best parts.
Yeah.
But you just throw it out. Like you use it as garnish.
Yeah.
Well, like fucking. If it takes if it took that long to grow avocados, we would.
Pineapple should be like gold.
Yeah, dude.
We should be like putting money against it.
I mean,
so valuable.
It would make more sense than NFTs.
Yeah, right? Seriously.
At least you can eat a pineapple.
Yeah. Yeah, our money's based on the pineapple standard. It's a golden fruit. I guess.
The pineapple standard. Oh, man. So when did you make it out here?
2017. So 5 years coming on.
Then you started what? I mean, you started early, right? You were like 15, 16 or some shit?
17.
Did you have to like have your mom take you to the spots to start out?
No, I had a car at the time, but I had to
No,
get
but I'm saying like to get into the bars and shit.
No, so I had to get a license. Like the same way like you'd get so I worked at restaurants in high school and stuff, so I had to get this license to be around alcohol. And so I was like, I bet I can just go get an entertainer license. And so I went down to Liquor Commission and I filled out an entertainment form. My mom took me. And I still have the old comedian's license from when I was 17.
You have a comedian's license?
Yeah, you only need it for when you're underage. So it's
is that in every state or is that like a Hawaii?
I think it's just a Hawaii thing, and I think it's an entertainer. It didn't even say comedian, but it was like, hey, it's good to go in bars.
That's how your mom started whoring you out to all the local perverts.
Yeah, he's entertaining.
He's entertaining.
Yeah, but yeah, that was how I got into all those. That was cool. It was.
Oh man, dude, fucking.
I remember the fucking sickest burn I ever had, dude. So it
sickest
was like,
burn
on stage. Like
Okay.
this still hurts to think about. I was like my second show ever, or like maybe third, because like the first 2 shows I had went pretty well. I was like, hey, I'm actually pretty good at this. I could do this. And
Yeah.
it's like you always think when you're starting out, you're like, oh, this is easy, and then you hit a slump for 4 years.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you my story when you're done.
But so I fucking it's like my third show ever. I get up and just bomb horrifically.
Yeah.
Just like so bad. Like my first real packed house silence for fucking.
And your third show, you had a
10
packed
minutes.
house. Nice.
Yeah. No, I mean, because there was only one fucking comedy show in Maui. You know what I mean?
Okay,
So
yeah, fair
fucking
enough.
everybody
Yeah.
comes to that. It was great.
We all started the
It's
same
not like I
time.
was headlining. I was doing a spot. Everyone's got to see Willie Simon. No, nobody cared. And then fucking, so I get up, I bombed so bad, dude, just so bad, and I'm like, I've never felt this. Like fucking, this one is like really hurts. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I get off, and I'm like, oh my god, that was horrible. Like I couldn't fucking believe it. And they bring on this guy, it's like Del Sol. I don't even know if he was a comedian. I never really
Del
saw him
Sol?
around. He's like a radio DJ
Sounds
from Oahu, I
fake,
think.
dude, yeah.
But he came on, and they're like, hey, how about that kid, huh? Tell him it's time for bed. I'm like, just so fucking, and it got a huge laugh.
Oh, yeah, at
fucking
your expense?
massive, yeah, and I'm just like, oh my God. It was the worst feeling I've ever fucking.
I can't believe the crowd didn't give you any sympathy. They're like 17-year-old kid up there, like, all right, give me,
No, yeah. Well, I mean, you know the kind of stuff I do. It kind of pissed people off sometimes. So I was doing that kind of thing, but I didn't know how to wield it yet.
Yeah, you're just being
They're
annoying.
just like, yeah, they're like, what the fucking asshole 17-year-old? Fuck this kid.
That's the weird thing about starting out. Like, I feel like comics usually go one of two ways. Like, I like the first time you do it, it's like, oh man, I did great, so I came back, and then it got tough. You know, like, or
exactly.
like my case, I ate it so hard, and then continued to eat it pretty much until now. Yeah, but you know.
I've never stopped eating it, but I think it gets better eventually.
But you get used to it. You build up a thick skin, you know. A callus forms over your heart.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but the worst bomb ever. It's like, I might have told it on here a long time ago. I was at the Middle East, and Sonny was there. Our buddy Sonny Dennis.
Sonny.
Shout out Sonny Dennis. It's late at night. It's like Middle East is like it was like 60 comics open mic. It's like like one of the big open mics in Boston.
Yeah, Boston's a bad place to bomb in too. I imagine.
Yeah. So it's 1:30.
They smell blood out
fucking
there.
Hammered.
Yeah.
The people that are at the 10, 12 people at the bar, they're all blacked out drunk, and I get up there and do my bullshit. And in the middle of it, like I'm not getting any laughs, but I'm getting no reaction at all.
Yeah.
Like not boos, snickers, jeers. No one's talking. No drunk person isn't stumbling through. Just crickets in there. So much so, so much so that I hear a guy in the back bar put his. I just hear this. I hear his drink hit the counter, and it might as well have been a fucking dagger in my heart.
Yeah.
I was like, somebody boo me, some reaction.
Yeah, somebody talk about how bad I am.
I'm talking, and no one's even like, there's nothing, nothing, dude. That hurt me. I mean, like, I that's when I knew I was like, all right, maybe I do something about this I like, because I was like, my first thought was, is there another show I can go do? Because I don't want to leave. If that's the last joke I ever told, I don't want to leave like that. That's like airballing a free throw in the gym when you're alone. You know, like you want to leave on a swish.
Yeah.
You want to leave on a swish. You don't want to leave on that fucking.
At least on a make.
Yeah, something. You know, like a fucking a bank shot.
Yeah.
You know, I literally took a fucking a shot from the free throw and it went the other side of it went backwards somehow. Like it was so bad. Yeah,
like,
and then 3 years later,
fucking like air tunneled it. How the fuck?
So horrible. I don't know. What's the scene like in Hawaii?
It's pretty small.
Like starting out.
It was tiny, so it was cool.
Because Maui, I mean, how was there 500,000 people on the island in total? I mean,
something like that. I think it's maybe even 250,000.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, how many venues could there possibly? You just go into the same spot?
There was one. It was a Stella Blues. And it was
sounds like a comedy club.
Yeah, no, it was a Grateful Dead themed lunch restaurant that had they had a place in the back though that was
you know
venue.
You know how popular those Grateful Dead themed restaurants are.
Yeah, exactly. It lasted like a long time actually. It was like 10 years or something like that. Longer than anyone would expect a Grateful Dead themed lunch restaurant to last.
If you had the Grateful Dead has ever been awake for lunch.
Yeah, dude, you got to try the Scarlet Begonia burger. It's great. It's amazing. But so there was a music venue in the back, and it was like the only venue in Kihei really you could play. There was this big theater in Kahului or Stella Blues, you know, and so smaller, kind of bigger bands would come, like punk bands would come through, and like it was kind of a cool venue. And they did an open mic over there for a long time. There was probably like 9 comedians. One was this old lady, Kathy with a K from Kihei.
Are you able to get stage time? There's only that few comedians. It must be. I mean, that must be like the benefit. Like how many people in Maui?
There's not a lot, and they wouldn't show up every week. So
that's what I'm saying. Like if there's only 10, 12 other comics, like all right, well, if you just keep showing up, you'll get time.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I was a kid, and so everyone was happy to help. You know, when you're like young and fucking,
dude, that's so
willing to ask for help. People are so receptive.
I had because I started at 33, so I started late, and people not only didn't want to help me, they were like, "What the fuck is this guy's problem?"
Yeah.
Like just,
and I was also like willing, like, hey, teach me. I don't know anything about this. You guys clearly, I didn't know that they also didn't know what they were doing. I was like, oh, you guys.
I started a month before you. This is how it works. Son.
Yeah. Well, literally, like I was like Sonny was like a year in, and he's like, I'll take you under my wing.
Yeah. Also himself, maybe 2 years older than you.
Literally, like actually, like fucking, and he was fucking, and he really did show me a lot of stuff, Like how to bomb. I love Sonny.
How to bomb with grace. Shout out, Sonny.
Sonny's very, very funny. I love him to death.
He's a very funny guy.
But yeah, like it was him, Chino LaForge, and so it was kind of us 3, Ted Anderson, then Chuck Sauce, Vince Fodi, Corky Gardner. You know, it was like kind of 7, 6
Just regulars.
really like people who were really doing it every week. And so you'd get like fucking 15 minutes every night.
Oh,
Or every night you
such
go
a
up,
deal,
you know,
dude.
which is great. Like 20 minutes when you're just starting out, dude, that's so fucking valuable because you
Yeah.
just get to talk. You just get to figure it out. There was one spot we had. It was in Lahaina. It was the Hard Rock Cafe, and no one was ever there, but everyone always got 15 minutes. There was this dude who ran it. He was like, he's from Detroit, and he was like, yeah, I'm a comic from Detroit. Just moved out here, and I'm opening. I got this venue going on at the Hard Rock. It's gonna be fucking awesome. It's a comedy show. Turns out later he scammed the place into thinking it was totally fine, and he was homeless actually. He totally tricked the venue into let them do this comedy show. He's like, dude, I run shows all over the island, and he'd just tell other places that, which wasn't true. And he was
Oh, you
totally
think I run a
homeless.
show over here? I run a show over
Yeah.
here.
So they'd but they pay him a lot of money to bring in nobody too. There was nobody ever there. I don't know why they paid him so much.
Yeah.
But
Genius. He's a salesman.
yeah,
How's
no.
he homeless?
He
With
was.
that-
He
with those
was
kind of
convinced
skills.
that-
How the fuck is he homeless?
Yeah, exactly. Probably because everyone found out he pissed everyone off, you know. But so everyone would get 15 minutes every night to nobody. And so one day, one of those teen tours came in. You know, ever seen those teen tours?
That sounds creepy. What is
Yeah,
that?
it's very creepy. Well, it's not creepy that they do it. It's creepy to be in the same room as one. But so it's these teen tours. Like it's where a bunch of rich kids, like if you have rich parents, they just send their kid on these teen tours,
Oh, it's
and
like
they
a camp.
travel the country through fucking summer.
Must be nice.
Yeah,
Fuck, dude. I
it's
wish.
fucking insane. They come to the Improv a lot actually,
Okay.
and they do a show over in the lab. It's a teen tour comedy night, whatever it is.
Nice.
But,
Girls are nice.
Yeah. Hey, keep DeLeo away from me. but I'm gonna get in trouble for that.
Nah, don't worry. I won't post that clip. I'll keep it between us.
But so one night a teen tour comes in, you know, and we're all bombing terribly. It's not going well again, obviously. But this time it hurts because actually there's people here and we're just not
Yeah.
doing well. So my buddy Chuck's on stage bombing really bad, and this kid starts heckling him, and he's like, "Yeah, well, fuck you, dude." Like this.
Cursing out a teenager.
Yeah, like literally, it's really not going well. The show is not going. He's like, "Fuck you, kid. You think you could do this? How about you get up here?" And he's like, "I think I could do this." And he's like, "All right, then fucking come up." The kid comes up,
Oh, no.
tells 15 minutes of Louis C.K. jokes, slaughtering, just absolutely
That kid's a
destroying.
that kid's a genius. He's like,
And we're all just
I'll
like-
come up there with a good act.
His friends, he's getting blowies in the fucking bus later, probably. Dude, he's fucking stoked.
Yeah,
We're all
and of
just
course
like,
his friends
"God
got his back too, right?
damn
So,
it,
so that's how you know it's an amateur move. He's like, the whole room knows him. They don't know you. You're gonna bring.
Exactly,
Of
dude, I
course, you're
know.
gonna love him.
For real. It's like, no shit. Anything he says is gonna talk about what's been happening in the tour. He's gonna kill. You know.
Yeah, he's got personal jokes for each person in the crowd.
He's doing Louis C.K.'s A material perfectly. You know, like, oh my god, this guy's killing. I'm so pissed, and they don't know. They just think he's hilarious.
I'm gonna
like,
try that next time I'm out on the road with Jeff. Just start doing,
This kid's a genius.
I'm gonna start doing somebody else's act. Start doing Howie Mandel. It's like, we've never heard that.
Yeah.
I don't know why I picked Howie Mandel.
Yeah, it was a guy.
Random.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to get to a little news, buddy?
Dude, I hate the news. But
Uh-huh.
yes, let's do it.
Well, don't worry. The news I get is from the New York Post,
okay.
which is the finest newspaper of record.
The Post.
I mean,
That's what I call the
they
Post.
give it. So when I was a kid, they gave out the Post for free on the subway.
Uh-huh.
So it was
Not the Washington Post. Not the actual
no,
Post.
the New York Post.
Yeah.
So it's essentially a tabloid.
Yeah, exactly.
It's basically it's a free newspaper / blankets for the homeless.
Okay. Yeah. That's why the news always gets around so well.
The best distributors.
Yeah.
Listen to this, dude. GEICO ordered to pay $5.2 million to a woman who claimed she caught an STD during sex in a car.
I read about that.
Yeah,
I heard about this one.
So a Missouri woman claims she was caught. She caught a sexually transmitted disease when she had sex with her boyfriend in his vehicle, and has been awarded $5.2 million settlement.
Yeah.
The state court of appeals on Tuesday affirmed the multi-million-dollar payout. GEICO has decided to contest the decision in federal court. We'll see where that goes. In February, the woman, identified in papers only as M.O., informed GEICO of her intention to seek damages after she allegedly contracted HPV from her beau in the
Yeah,
car.
That's how I caught it.
She
Fist in my ass with the shifter. There's HPV on this.
in a rental car.
Hey.
In the rental car. That's what she claimed.
Put HPV all over my shifter.
She claimed he caused her to catch the STD when he knew of his condition and the risks of unprotected sex. An arbiter later found that the couple's sex in the vehicle directly caused or directly contributed to the HPV, which is why GEICO was ordered to pay half of the $5.2 million settlement.
So what is that? Like he didn't have HPV? The car had HPV?
No, so
How does that work?
he had HPV.
Yeah.
According to their findings, he knew he had it and gave it to her knowingly.
Yeah.
But because she had sex in the car, she sued him and his insurance company. The insurance company has to provide half the claim.
That's awesome. That's great.
I
hate insurance companies. I'm glad they have to pay.
Yeah, I'm glad she got one over on them.
Yeah.
But let's be honest here, folks. $5.2 million for HPV. You know how many people have HPV?
You know how much
all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I got it in my mouth. No.
Yeah. Yeah, when you weren't vaccinated, you fucking weirdo. What a dumb idiot.
Yeah, what about that? That's true too. The
There's an HPV vaccine. I get the HPV vaccine.
The HPV vaccine is the HPV vaccine's been out since like 2010.
Yeah.
So she had sex in a car, unprotected sex in a car with a guy.
Yeah.
And got a disease which she could have been vaccinated for.
Yeah, exactly.
And yet she can still fucking sue the insurance company.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
I know. Well, I get all the you have an anti-vaxxer for COVID. That's fine. You know what I mean? It's a new disease. HPV, that's been around for a long time.
Yeah,
you're a moron for not getting that.
Yeah, that's like not getting the polio vaccine. It's like
yeah,
we know about this one.
Yeah,
this one's been around for a while.
The Hep C vaccine makes me stupid too. You're like, you're an idiot, dude. You're a fucking moron.
I haven't gotten the Hep C vaccine. How do you get that?
I was making them. I don't know.
I'm making it up. Okay. I just have sex raw and roll the dice.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
I just get my shots and have sex raw.
I'm kidding, not really. But $5.2 million for HPV, dude. Like, that's a lot of money for a very, very common disease.
Yeah, seriously.
It's not like
very preventable disease.
Well, it's not like imminent death. Like, obviously, women have a higher risk of getting cervical cancer if they have it. But one, it's not guaranteed. Two, they have like hysterectomies, which obviously is not great, but you can it's easily survivable.
Yeah.
I mean, like, people have got it awarded less for catching AIDS from a dentist. I don't understand.
I bet GEICO was like, hey, on the bright side, at least it wasn't AIDS. We could have lost a lot of money. We would have been out.
Dude, in some ways, it's
maybe it was the gecko gave her HPV. That's
that fucking little thing.
Yeah, that little guy.
We've talked about
crawled in her butt. I wasn't.
The gecko guy went down on her. That's how she got HPV.
Yeah, it was a three-way. They covered up the fact that the GEICO gecko was there, railing her from the mouth. The GEICO gecko and her boyfriend Eiffel Towered her.
He was also really short. It was weird.
Yeah, it was great.
We don't know how the geometry of it worked. Oh man! All right, here's another one from that I saw. You might have seen this one too because I follow these and these are great.
Okay.
A woman eaten by 20 pet cats after collapsing dead.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. A woman was eaten by her 20 cats after she collapsed in her home and was not discovered by cops for 2 weeks. Police are horrified when they discover the partially eaten remains of a woman who will not be named after receiving a call from a concerned coworker.
I mean,
the woman was a cat breeder who kept 20 giant Maine Coon pedigree cats in her home. That made me uncomfortable to say.
Yeah, take it easy.
And they found her partially eaten body decomposing after 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, that's not news.
Dude,
woman who lived with animals
gets eaten by animals.
Eaten by animals. Animals do what they do. That should be the fucking
but that's the headline. That's the thing about it. Like, cats will. That's the thing about people with their cats.
Yeah.
Cats don't like you. They tolerate you being around.
Well, also, if you're
the moment you stop feeding them, they're gonna eat your fucking face. A dog will just lay by its dead owner's side for days. I mean, they have 1,000 videos on the internet of a dog laying over its owner's grave, of a dog sitting by,
Really though, if the dog hadn't been fed in a few days and I was dead there on the ground, I'd be like, buddy, eat me up, dude. I love you.
But I think a cat will start eating you if you're just asleep. You gotta shush it away. Like dogs will know that you're like a cat won't hesitate.
I feel like
I feel like dogs feel a connection with their owner, where cats are just like, oh, that person that was putting out the food's dead. I'm gonna eat them now instead of the food they put out.
Yeah, they are a little colder, but I think even a dog, given a day, they're like, I mean, he's just lying there. He's not getting up.
Which goes to show you that nature doesn't give a fuck.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
Human beings, like, oh my God, can you believe they eat dogs in China?
Yeah.
It's like, do you know how fast your dog would eat you?
Yeah, exactly.
For survival? It wouldn't give it a second thought to start eating your flesh if it was that or dying.
Yeah.
And then granted, they're not dying in China. Some people are starving to death. That's not what they eat dogs.
Everything's just nutrients, I did a show last night in Idlewild where the dog, the mayor is a dog.
What?
Yeah, it's this dog Max.
Is that legal?
No. I mean, probably. I mean, I imagine it's legal.
Can we
It's
let
not fucking,
Can we let Joe
I doubt
Biden's
he
dog?
I doubt he makes any decisions. But I mean, but that's the thing. That's what, like, that's just the difference in culture in our country, you know, besides China. Like, they'd never elect a dog president or a dog mayor in China, you know.
Oh no.
They'd be like, I'm
They eat 'em.
gonna eat the mayor. They'd never do that. It's just a cultural thing, you know. Everything's just food at the end of the day. We just like dogs, so we don't eat them.
Well, I've said that before, dude. I was talking with a buddy years ago because we watched that movie Alive, which is
Yeah.
about that rugby team that crashed in the Peruvian Andes and had to like survive by eating.
I
the
heard
dead.
about that.
And they're like, you know, they're really some guys decided not to and they died, you know, as a result of starvation.
Yeah.
And they had like it took them like, you know, like a week or two to decide to like, oh, we got to do this.
That's what that show
Dude,
Yellow
I
Jackets
wouldn't
is
even
about.
wait for the bodies to fucking freeze. I'd be like, oh, he's dead. We're eating him. You
You
know,
know,
like-
Randy, we still have rations. Nah, I'm eating Jerry. I hate that guy. Suck it, dude. I told you I'd be
No, but
starving.
I feel like I wouldn't have any mental problems with eating human flesh if that was the only food available. I was like,
Yeah.
I guess
Well, that's not what I'm saying. That's a different thing than what I'm
I
saying.
don't know. Maybe it's a little dark on my part. I also don't have problems with murder. You know, like I can easily see why someone would want to murder somebody.
Yeah,
I have murderous thoughts.
yeah,
You know, I think about it, dude. Oh my god, I thought about taking somebody's eye out a few weeks ago.
yeah.
Well, you know, they
Did
were.
you do it?
I mean, were it not for going to jail, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah, jail
listen,
does work.
Let me
The
let me
threat
make
of
this, let me make
jail
this very clear for
does
listeners, and
work.
I'm not joking here. I would absolutely kill somebody
Uh-huh.
if it weren't illegal. If they're sufficiently bothering me,
Yeah.
you know, if they harm someone, I don't, I don't care about people I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, people are like, oh, isn't it horrible? You know, did you hear what happened to that you know, there was a fucking earthquake over in whatever. I'm like, oh well. I don't know any of those people. Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Glad it's not here.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
and I'm sorry.
It doesn't affect me very much.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry if that sounds cold.
Yeah.
But if you don't admit to yourself you care less about people that you don't know than people that you do,
That's
you're
the thing,
lying.
With all the COVID stuff, it was like 200,000 dead. I was like, I don't know
give
anyone.
a fuck about any. Yeah, I don't know a single one of
I'm
them
gonna
that died.
go to the park to do stand up.
Yeah, look, exactly. Dude, I'm gonna go do stand up in the back of a flatbed truck.
I don't know anybody who's dead.
Well, no,
Hate to say it.
everyone likes to pretend how the moral righteous. Like, oh, isn't that horrible? Yeah, it is horrible.
Yeah.
But you don't actually care.
Yeah.
It's like you're not grieving. No one grieves the loss of someone they don't know.
Yeah.
So if somebody dies and I don't know them, I didn't care in the first place.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like I said, if all of China can slide off the face of the earth, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Other than the price of goods going up, I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Think, oh shit, stuff's gonna cost more at Walmart now.
Yeah. Right.
But that's it.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm being honest.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like, well, I guess it's only Indian-made T-shirts for me for now.
I get all my stuff from Bangladesh. All right. Here's the last one. This one's a little hefty.
Okay.
Women left.
Heftier than the last thing we said.
Yeah, the woman eaten by cats. Another woman here, but this one's a little bit less mortal.
Okay.
A woman left stunned after boyfriend refuses to pay for half her flight. So I'm gonna get your opinion on this.
This is news.
Yeah, that's the Post. I don't want. Listen, I don't want to talk more about the fucking shooting in Uvalde. You
No,
know,
I
that's
agree.
not funny.
No, I agree.
This is
yeah.
funny.
No, this is better. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I do agree with that. I'd rather this than anything.
Yeah,
that's
this
real
kind of
news.
news brings people together. That other news, too sad. But it says in a post on Reddit, a 24-year-old woman asked if her after she was being unreasonable to expect her 25-year-old partner to help out with part of her plane ticket. The woman explained that her boyfriend of 3 years had invited her along to his brother's party, but his boss would be paying for his flight out there. She wrote, "When I asked about me, he said that I could catch the same flight. The flight was $300 as opposed to $150 on a cheaper airline. My boyfriend made it clear that he would not help me with the cheaper airline flight or to contribute for the more expensive one. Instead, he expects me to choose, pay the extra money myself or fly alone and find my way to his brother's house." She also said that
This guy's profits over people, dude.
Yeah.
Welcome
She-
welcome to America.
she also said that not only does her boyfriend make 3 times her salary, but recently won $5,000 in the lottery. Speaking of lottery winners.
Wow, what a fucking loser.
Yeah, so the question is, do you think this guy should be paying for her to come along?
I guess how long have they been together? I missed that part.
Oh, let's see. I don't know if they mentioned
I think
it.
that's really important.
Yeah, it's been 3 weeks. That
That's-
bitch has it.
Yeah, exactly. If we've gone on a couple dates, and like, hey, you should come out to fucking this.
You know, it
Like,
doesn't
nah, but you
say.
could fly.
It doesn't say how long they've been dating.
Yeah, that's the most important piece of information.
Yeah.
And
but-
they left that out. If it was like 10 years, I'd be like, dude, you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah, but
Like, pay for
exactly.
your
But
girlfriend's
also,
fucking trip.
I think
even
it's, I
five
think it's
or
the
fucking-
amount that's the problem. If it's $300 and he has to give her $150,
Yeah,
it's like, all right, if you want her to come to the party, you got to pay that.
yeah,
But if she wants to come, and you're like, oh, it's just my brother's thing. But if she wants to tag along, then it's on her.
yeah.
Like if he say, hey, you're welcome to come, you don't have to.
I hear that.
It's like, and then she's like, oh, I can't afford it. Then
No,
it's up to him to say, I want you to come. Here's the $150. But if she's like, oh, it's my brother's party, you just have to sit this one out. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
No, I think this is really a case, maybe not of like, is it not cool to not pay for it, but of like, how into you is this guy?
Yes,
You know what
that's
I mean?
true
Like
too.
that's really what it is. It's like, I don't know if it's right or wrong. It's just more like, oh, I guess this guy's not really excited to hang out with me.
Yeah, exactly.
Kinda just at
I'm
the
not
end
worth
of
$150 for a weekend.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And that's fucking. That doesn't mean. Yeah.
That's the real telling part. That's
It's
a good
really
point.
just like a.
That's a good point.
I don't think he likes you.
Yeah, and I will say this.
That's
And I
what it
will
is.
say this: if a woman invites me somewhere, she's like, "Oh, let's go to my sister's wedding."
Yeah.
It's like, all right, but you gotta kick in
Yeah,
for that.
are you paying
I
for it?
wasn't
Yeah.
gonna spend this $800 on a flight in a hotel room
Yeah.
because
Exactly.
I didn't know your sister until we started fucking. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. For real.
So are you gonna get in the hotel room? I'll get the flight. You get the hotel. Like
Yeah.
I'll do that. And fly
Yeah.
out for the
Exactly.
weekend.
If it's like a fucking, it's a whatever. I don't know if it's called a family. What do you call a boyfriend and girlfriend? I don't even know.
In-laws? I don't even know.
Yeah. There's no term for that.
Speaking of which, how's it going with your gal?
It's good, dude. She's great.
How long's it been?
It's been like 4 years.
Should we be airing this publicly or?
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, please.
Okay, because I did want to thank you publicly for the pasta that I ate. At your
Yeah,
house.
she's amazing. Yeah, yeah, she's great. She's
Willie
great.
had me over one night.
Yeah, you ate all my pasta.
Yeah, after
You fucking asshole.
after a fun night of drinking at Chimney Sweep, him and his girl's like, "Oh, let's go back to our place. It's a couple miles down. We'll smoke some weed, hang out."
Yeah,
I was like, "I got food." So I show up and she gives me like 3 plates of delicious pasta.
yeah.
And she's coming up with the 4th, and Willie goes, "All right, that's enough. That's my lunch for tomorrow." He goes, "You can fuck
No.
my girlfriend to stop eating my food."
And he's like fucking. He's like he gets one. He finishes a plate of pasta, and then
She kept asking
yeah,
if I
and
wanted more.
Christina's like, "Hey, you want more pasta?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you can have more pasta." And so he finishes another plate of pasta, and then Christina
Third
pops
one
up,
comes
"Hey, do you
around.
want more pasta?" And he's like, "All right, I guess I can have a little more pasta." And then finishes that one, and then Christina's like, "You want more pasta?" I'm like, "Hey, hang on, take it easy."
You can fool around my girlfriend. Stop eating my lunch.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta fucking. My girlfriend will still be here. That food is
That
going
food is
away.
gone, dude. I've been
Yeah.
looking forward to that. I haven't looked forward to seeing my girlfriend in years.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I look forward to lunch
Yeah.
every day. Dude, thanks for doing this, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You
man.
want
It
to
was fun.
promote anything? Find Willie Simon. I don't know where.
Oh yeah. When does this come out?
It'll come out this Wednesday.
This Wednesday.
Mhm.
Oh. Let me see.
What do you
I
got coming up,
some
big
stuff.
guy?
I got the Laugh Factory at the 29th.
right.
Wild Wednesdays. Come check me out at the Laugh Factory at 9:30. That's gonna be a lot of fun. It's a great lineup. Let me see what else I got. Sorry.
That's all right.
I got the-
Professional.
I got the Improv the day before this comes out. So if you guys want to come to the Improv the day before this comes out,
If you want to hear this in the future.
yeah. If you want to,
Yeah. Well, you can always go down to the Improv. Willie works a soundboard from time to time and drinks incessantly.
yeah, yeah, I do. I do a lot of spots. It's a fun time, dude. Also, Don't Tell Comedy on Friday. That's what the other thing is. Don't Tell Comedy on Friday. West LA. Keep a lookout on the Don't Tell website
Yeah.
and all their pages.
And follow him
stuff.
at Willie Simon, right?
Yeah, at Willie Simon _ And also text at Willie Simon, hey, give me the name. That guy won't give it up. He's in Nigeria. He won't answer.
It's a Nigerian guy, really?
Yeah, it's a Nigerian guy. He's got at Willie Simon. That son of a
Yeah,
bitch.
Some guy took Randy V Comedy.
Yeah.
Because that's I wasn't using my full last name when I first started because I didn't know
Uh-huh.
what was going to come of this. But it's just some like open micer out in like San Antonio.
Should kick his ass.
And at this point, I'm like, fuck, man, I really want that. Because
Yeah.
it would be helpful to have a good backup account because I'm about to get canceled. Pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, the second you get on, you're going to be canceled.
Yeah,
A
so-
week later.
Thanks for doing this, bud. I love it.
Yeah, thank you, man.
All right, guys, that's it for this week. We'll check it next week. We're out.
Oh,
Peace.
check out. Sorry,
Oh, no,
I
go ahead.
also forgot. Check out Two Dumb Babies, which is my podcast.
Yes, Two Dumb Babies. I
With
was gonna
Eric
say.
Friedman, very funny.
So
guy
good,
also.
so
Yeah.
good. Makes me laugh every time. Two Dumb Babies at Willie Simon.
Yeah.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, thank you, man.
All right, guys, we'll check you next week. Peace.